Hi guys, Chester Westerford here again. So, another week, another episode of The Bad Batch. The fifth episode, The Return, sees not only the return of Crosshair to the group, nor only the return of Echo, but also the return to somewhat more, I'm not going to say filler episode because I hate that term and I think it's grossly misused to refer to any episode of a show that isn't the season opener or the season finale, but it was more of a normal episode. It was still useful to the overall plot, just as is to be expected, probably not as big or as exciting as the previous four, which is understandable to me. I mean, we got past the season opener, and now I think we can expect a few more of these sorts of side quests, and it did kind of feel like a side quest, in a video game or something, particularly that bit near the end when they're trying to turn the perimeter sensors back on, and it's like, Wrecker, you need to accomplish this task on the other side of the base, while Crosshair and Hunter, you need to accomplish this task over here. But I'm not saying that as a criticism. I think even though it wasn't as big an episode, what happened in it was still important to the overall story of the season. Echo got some important information for Rex, and Hunter learned to at least start trusting Crosshair a little more. And it was just an enjoyable episode, which is what's important. I have to admit, I was expecting both Wrecker and Hunter to be a little more antagonistic to Crosshair for a few more episodes, but after the episode started and we found out where the characters were with it made sense that Wrecker would trust a lot more easily than Hunter. In my head, it probably wasn't immediate either, since we did have a bit of a time jump from the last episode to here, but it makes sense that he would trust Crosshair because of Omega. He's a bit more simple in personality. Not saying he's dumb. He's not dumb. It just seems to fit in retrospect with his character. Hunter, on the other hand, if this is where he learns to trust Crosshair, part of me does think it's a bit too simple. Like, I wish there had been more of an instance of Crosshair putting his life on the line to save Hunter, but I guess he kinda did by just being out there with him in the first place against the worm. It makes sense between that, the conversation about what happened to get Crosshair arrested. I guess the scene with the clone trooper helmets, I guess he was showing respect to his fallen brothers or something there. I think that's what that scene was about. I'm not sure that Hunter is 100% convinced, but he's willing to give him a chance now. Like how he says at the end, we've all done bad things and we just need to keep trying to be better, and maybe there's hope for us yet. Something like that. I can't remember exactly what he said. But yeah. Honestly, guys, I don't have too much more to say about this episode. Like I say, it was pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Nothing too new or inventive happened in it, and even though maybe it wasn't as good as the last four, it's not meant to be. It's a different type of episode, and I still enjoyed it very much. It was, as usual, very well animated, very well acted. A more average episode, sure, but even the more average episodes of this show are still very enjoyable, like this one. But what did you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this episode or any theories you may have about the future of the show. Let me know, and I'll talk to you next week. Goodbye.